Hello, my people. Welcome back to today's episode of Dorindi TV. My name is Mrs. Dorin Daniel. Welcome. Welcome back to Dorindi TV. This TV channel is all about marriage, courtship, and relationship. That is what we've written in this channel. Now, we've been on this infidelity, cheating of a thing. So today, let's see what we have to talk about on my Today Talk Show. We are going to talk about tips on how to cope with a cheating partner. When your partner cheats on you, how you can cope with the partner instead of walking away. How you can cope with the partner and at least be a little bit comfortable and be open to yourself. Finding out that your partner cheats alone or your partner has been unfaithful can hit you like a ton of brick. Your marriage may be thrown into a state of crisis at that moment. That may destroy the marriage or the relationship. So the moment you find out that your partner is cheating, it may linger to different kind of thing. So now today, let's see how those things it can be handled, because sometimes I used to say the devil we know is better than the angel we don't know. It is natural to want to know why your partner cheated on you. Yes, no doubt. But there's really a simple answer to why some people become unfaithful. If you think you will get a tangible answer, it's rare. It's not really common to get the main reason why people cheat. So it could be a symptom of other problem in your marriage or in your relationship. It could relate to something in your partner's past or something, or it could be totally unrelated to you or to your marriage. No matter the case, you will have a lot of complicated feelings. You will have a lot of complication in finding or in thinking or even in taking decision to sort through, and a lot to think about as you decide how to on how to move on. So no matter the cause, the complication must be, as in your head, different thoughts will be going on, and it will put you in a confusing moment. So now we are going to discuss on the 8 tips on how we can handle those feelings when it actually occur. These tips will give is how you can manage your cheating partner and still remain in your relationship or in your marriage, and you people will still be doing things together as partners that you are. So now let's get down to why we are here. First thing first is, the most important thing you would do when it happens is to accept your feelings, which is number 1. Accept your feelings. Shock and agitation, fear, pain, depression, and confusion are normal in this state. You will likely feel like you are on an emotional roller coaster. You understand? For a while. But it takes time to get beyond the pain of having an unfaithful partner. Don't accept the mixture. Is an advice. You understand? You don't have to accept the mixture when it happens. Don't accept the mixture, the mixed feelings and the mistrust to go away, even if you are trying to forgive your partner and repair your marriage. Your marriage has changed, and it is a nature to grieve the relationship you once had. You understand? it is important that you will accept your feelings. If you are in a, like, if such thing happen, we will be in a very moody mode. Accept it. I always say this word: build a bridge and get over it. Mourn that moment of your life and get over it, and still forge ahead in your relationship or in your marriage. You don't have to take your whole life. Don't Another thing, you don't have to take your own life in grieving. Just grieve it there, grieve it brief and rest on it. That is number one way you can handle a cheating partner, or you can handle your home after your partner has been cheated. Another way is, don't seek revenge. Being betrayed by your partner can induce rage in your mind. Like, it can bring forth revenge in your mind. I know that is a thought that will, the number one thought that will come, that yes, I must revenge. But no, don't revenge. In your furious state, your first instinct may be to punish your mate, your partner, by talking him to friends, or worst, on social media. Like, we've seen many people, let me say many stars, many of our actors and actresses, because they have a challenge with their marital issue, and they will come on social media and be selling themselves. No, you don't have to do that. Or you think about having an affair yourself to get it. Don't try it. See, the moment this thing happen, if you seek revenge, my dear, if I am the judge, you are at fault. You don't have to seek revenge. You may be thinking, what is she saying? Did she really know what she's saying? I know exactly what I'm saying. See, let me tell you this thing. If your partner cheats on you, you did not revenge. You understand? It's just you query him, yes. You don't sell him to friends. You don't sell him in any social media. Believe me, that your partner will hold you that respect. It's an honor for you to keep these things to yourself, to your own self. He said, sorry for the noise, my baby, right? Don't worry. It is an honor for you to keep these things to yourself. See, you see, marriage or relationship is something between two people. So that union between two people, it can be sweet. Sometimes it can still be bitter. Yes, we'll call it marriage. But you can only be in this marriage when you graduate in the school of endurance. No matter what happens, no matter how the situation is. So you see, I always say this. When you made up your mind to get married, just sign that certificate. Yes, so I've graduated from school of endurance. Because you as a woman, you as a man, it's just, see, even two friends, casual friends, do have misunderstanding. These are two people that are not staying together under the same roof. They are not doing things together. They are not even, as in, the only things they do together is enjoyment, like catching fun. But when they talk about husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, they do many things together. So tell me why misunderstanding will not come. It will definitely come. So it is important for you to know that the moment you marry, you have to learn how to bear, endure, tolerate. These are the things, these are the courses you have to graduate on your own. Don't wait for me to come and teach you all these things, because you will not see any lecturer that will lecture you. It is you that will lecture yourself. Issue yourself the certificate and sign it. I hope you understand where I'm going to. But ultimately, if you try to cheat, there is one thing you must know. Cheating back is not an option. You may get a temporary sense of satisfaction from this sort of action. If you mistakenly try to cheat, you may have a kind of satisfaction, but ultimately they can work against you. That revenge, keeping you in a state of anger instead of focusing on healing and moving on alone or together. But this one I'm teaching on how to move on together with that same partner who cheated on you. We women, this one goes to we women. If our man cheat, it is important you try to heal yourself and still move on together. That is why you are a woman. Think before you tell your family. In short, don't even bother to tell your own family, because the moment you do, you will worsen the situation. In short, that case can never end, even in next generation. Because if you tell your family now, let me assume that you have 2 sisters, 2 brothers. 2 may be, 2 people's decision may be advantageous to you. While 2 people's decision will be disadvantageous to you. And the truth is this, the moment you tell your family, that case will never end, because any little thing, they will refer to that your husband as that cheating bastard, or sorry, that cheating man. You are still, those kind of stuff. You don't have to relate your husband's views, your husband's point of weakness, or your partner point of weakness to your family. Because most people cheat not because they want to cheat, but because it's just their weak point. I tell you this, nobody is above temptation. No man is above temptation. You must still know this. So just try your possible best to keep it between you. If you don't heal, go to your partner's people. Don't go to your own people. Don't report your husband to your own mother. Don't report your wife to your own mother. Report your husband to his mother. Then you report your wife to her mother. Leave or stay, but nobody else really understands what goes on in another person's marriage. It is important to keep it private. While you are pondering on how are you going to proceed, it is best the time you are thinking what you would, because yes, at that moment you are in a state of confusion. Always learn this. Learn how to be a strong person, because when you are strong, all these things you can handle it without even third here hearing it. Because the moment third party enters your affair, I'm sorry, it's tending to collapse. Third party involved in an affair and they survive, the percentage are little. 2 out of 100 probably. It is best to keep the details private. No matter what happened in your marriage, keep it private. Keep it private. It's very, very important. Because don't look for who is killing you when you are the one killing yourself. Decide if you, number 3 is, decide if you want to reestablish trust in your home or in your relationship. This is very, very important. But I advise you, well, always trust. Because when you trust, you think less. When a partner is unfaithful, it is a serious breach, yes, of trust. That moment your partner cheats, not that when you cheat, the moment you find out that your partner cheats, it's a breach of contract when it comes to trust. And it is something that may indicate that this person is not worthy or capable of a healthy relationship or a beautiful marriage. or a happy marriage. But no. On one hand, good people make bad choice, and if they are truly sorry and can make amends, forgiveness can lead to an even better relationship, or better, a more wonderful marriage. So it is very, very important to decide if you want to reestablish trust. On the other hand, if you simply cannot trust that person again, the relationship is effectively dead. But I give you some key things to consider before you think of trusting or not to trust. Before you take a decision, these are the key things you will consider. Is your cheating partner sorry? Is the first question. If yes, then retrust him or her. Did they voluntarily tell you, or did you find out from someone else? Now, if they voluntarily tell you, like confessing of their sin and tell you that they have repented, my dear, forgive the person without looking back. But for someone to confess to you that this is what I've done, see, it takes a brief. So, like as I was saying, if your partner really voluntarily confess to you that yes, this is what I have done, I did. Not that he's doing it, but what he has done before. I will urge you to forgive the person, and please give him your trust again, because it takes boldness, love, and understanding to come and confess to a partner. If you hear it from someone else, just as the question go, these two things are involved. Before you agree that yes, he cheats, try to find out if that information is true or not, because some people are fond of forging information. And if the information is true, another thing is find out if the relationship has stopped or not. Another thing is, has this sort of behavior happened before, or has he or she promised not to do it and it has continued or gotten worse? These are the things you should consider. Another thing is this part of a large picture of poor family towards you? These are the question you should ask yourself. Is your partner willing to take steps to mend the relationship if you decide you want to go that route, such as marital counseling, quitting a job, or moving? It is like trying to make sure that you get back on track. Has your partner agreed to take this bold step with you? Do you feel you want to trust this person again? There is no right or wrong answer for this. I tell you, there is no right or wrong answer for this. This is entirely up to the person who has been cheated on. It does not matter if the person who has cheated is sorry or made amend and so on. This can be deal breaker, plain and simple. But I advise you, always learn how to trust again. Feeling may change with time and further experience with the cheating partner. It can go one way or the other. This is natural. Get this important. Well, meaning friends and relatives may want to give simple advice to make a quick definitive decision. be aware that you do not have to make a decision right away in most situations. It is your life. This thing we are talking about is your personal life. Do not allow people to push you into taking a decision that may hurt you. I tell you this as an advert, as a question. If you think that yes, if you leave your marriage today because your husband cheat, life will be better today being one day. But I tell you how you can calculate it. In next 7 days, how will you live? 7 months, how will you live? 7 years time, how will you live? If you leave your husband, would the life continue to be better? The man you are going to, have you asked yourself the kind of man you will meet, if he's going to cheat or not? These are the questions you should be asking yourself. So, my dear, it is better to take a wise decision and learn how to retrust again. Because a man that you are forgiven in such heart, if the man is reasonable enough, he will hold you dearly to his heart. I hope you are understanding me. The next one is understand the nature of your partner's cheating. Ekwe, yes, it is very important for you to understand the nature of your partner's cheating. People cheat for many different reasons, and it is not always about sex. Don't conclude that your partner is cheating because of sex. No. Intimacy does not come anywhere close to most reasons why men cheat or why partners cheat. Sometimes people cheat because they are seeking an emotional connection, trying to deal with a loss or crisis, or seeking an escape of something. This is not an excuse or a reason for such behavior. Whereas, or however, do not assume that your partner's cheating was all about intimacy. Find out why they cheated before you move forward. Try telling your partner, I need to know why you cheated and who the person was. Please, always tell him to be honest. Tell him to be honest and explain what happened. And promise him that even you will not leave if you find out that this your partner hold you dear to his heart. Convince him to tell you what happened. Then you yourself can still make amends. Be aware that they may not really know why the infidelity happened. They may not really have deeply thought about it. There is one thing you must know. Most men that cheat, they may not know why it happened. Or most people that cheat, some cheat out of control. Maybe something is wrong somewhere that even themselves cannot control that situation. Just as I said, no one is above temptation. Temptation may come. It takes the grace of God to overcome temptation. Especially when it comes to this aspect of temptation. Amen. Women are so, I don't know, whether they are wicked, I don't know, that if they mean to tempt a man, they can go to any length. So I always say this to women, if your husband cheats, before you walk away thinking that there is somewhere there, a bed of roses is lying waiting for you, think twice. And don't always think of that bad moment. Also remember the good times you've spent with this particular person. I did not say cheating is good. No, cheating is not good. But when it happens, there are things we need to look into. These things, we must look into them. No one pray for war yet. We lock our door before we sleep. Nobody pray for cheating partner. And yet, every day we won't know our husband's phone password. You see, and you are not even suspecting your husband. Yet every day you are looking for, if you lock his phone, otherwise, why did you change the password of this phone? And nobody pray for a cheating partner. So these things we have to understand them. Even if they know, they still may not really know why. And there may be reason not fully understood by that person that cheated. This does not excuse it, but realize, I don't know, may be the honest answer. Some common reason may include too. Now I tell you some reason. Attract to a different person. A desire for attention, excitement, or novelty. A troubled marriage, poor communication, stress in the marriage, partner growing apart. If the person's parents was unfaithful, especially the same sex, the individual comes from culture or subculture that expects the tolerate infidelity. That expect and tolerates infidelity. Sorry. Mental illness or disorder. Mental illness or mental disorder. People who cheat are not mentally ill, but a mental illness such as bipolar disorder, depression, or even severe attention deficit disorder can all contribute to poor decision making. So when people cheat, that is why I said there may be something wrong. Not all, but if some people cheat, why you need to look into it in case so that you won't make the wrong decision of your life. What if this person has some illness going on in his brain that is unknown to you as his partner? See, let me tell you, all these mental illness are real, like depression, bipolar disorder, this deficit disorder, all this illness, severe attention deficit disorder, all this. Now that bipolar disorder is even viral, you people might have known the meaning, but there are more. After bipolar disorder, there is depression. Deficit disorder is another worst disease. Another worst mental illness that is hidden somewhere. These things can lead people into doing things that they never want to do. Because by then, your brain has dropped so low that you can just decide to do anything that just come across you. So please, before you walk away, try to find out what actually happened. What your partner is really going through. If he did it purposely, or there is something you need to make amend in your marriage life or relationship. Try to find out first before you just walk away and later realize that you were the one at fault. And another one is request that your partner cut off all communication with the third party. That person the third or even fourth or fifth and so, understand, party needs to be out of the picture for the relationship or for the marriage to survive successfully. Boundaries were breached yet, and they need to be re-established in the way that protects the marriage or the relationship. That means asking your partner to break all ties with the person. This severing may be difficult in the third party. Is a co-worker or someone else that your partner sees on a daily basis. You understand? What I will explain, never rush into questioning me. When this third party happens to be your partner's co-worker or someone he or she sees every day, cutting it off is another difficult knot to tie. So, this may require a change in lifestyle, such as quitting a job. If it's a team, the softball team, or moving to a new town. The moment cheating gets involved, many things will change in order to survive that relationship. Except if your partner is one person that when he say, I will not do this, and he will not, no matter how tempting the person may come. If the relationship was of a very close family member, such as a sibling, this can be extremely awkward and difficult. Our prayer is that let our husband not get involved with anybody related to us or our wife. Not only is your romantic relationship damaged, but close family relationship as well. So you see, if your partner is unwilling to cut off the contact with the third party, it may be a sign that they are unwilling to stop cheating. In this case, you may not be able to repair the relationship, but if you really fight harder, you will. If your partner refuses to quit, then it's time to go to the third party. If the third party continues to pursue your partner despite being cut off, you and your partner may want to pursue a restraining order to keep this person away from you. If your partner cut off and the third party refuses not to, this is very simple. You and your partner have to pursue a restraining order to keep this person away from the family, from both of you. Another way, communicate with your partner when you are ready. Learning that your partner has had an affair is likely cause you to experience a high level of emotional distress. You may need some time before you can talk to your partner about what happened. It is important to discuss the affair in order to move forward in your relationship or in your marriage. But don't feel like you have to discuss the affair with your partner right away. No. Take your time and talk about it when you are fully ready. If your partner pressures you to talk, say something like, I appreciate that you want to talk, but I am not just too hot right now to talk about what has happened. When your partner wants, that when people cheat, they feel this guilty, this guilty conscience. It kill more than any disease that exists. So they want you to talk about it so that they can clear their conscience. But if you know that in your mind you are not ready to talk about it, make him understand that you are not ready to talk about it that moment. Ask him to, if he really loves you that moment, let him not even talk about it. Because I know that that moment you are hot, if you speak, you may say some things that you will regret. So it is better to let it be and talk about it when your mind has been in a relaxed state. It is okay to be very, very angry. You have every right to be hot, yes, no doubt. And otherwise furious. Expressing this is healthy. It is not okay to be cheated on, and your partner needs to know how his or her action affects you. Not being honest and open about this means they do not have to face the reality of what has been done. You understand? And you may implode if you try to squish these natural and normal feelings. If they try to avoid or blame you, this is a sign and they are not truly accepting responsibilities. You can say something like, I want to keep the focus on your behavior. Like, this is exactly what you would do. You keep the focus on that cheater behavior. And I believe when you do that, you will get the right answer at the right time. And the next one, set a boundary about relationship outside of your marriage. See, this thing is very, very important. Even when your husband have not started cheating, or when your wife have not even made any useless move, this is very, very important. Set a boundary. Like, these are how close we can be with outsiders. Affairs often happen when healthy relationship boundaries are not respected. You have every right to make it clear what these are, even if the other person give excuses or reason for the affair. For example, your partner should not talk to a work friend about you or your marital issue. These are the laws that can exist in a home. That if no matter how close your partner is to his co-worker, let your partner not discuss your marital issue with co-worker. You and your partner can work together to compile a list of topics that are acceptable as well as topics that are not acceptable for conversation with friends and co-worker. It's very important. Friendship do not involve any sexuality. Once does kiss, except a polite greeting or in certain culture. Like this in Western world, when people greet, they peck. You understand? But to tell you the truth, where I come from, I don't want to mention no. Where I come from, you see that pecking is part of cheating. I come from outskirts of Nigeria, and you know. So if you try peck, except now that we are now imitating the place I come from that has no name is now imitating the Western world. But those days when I'm still little, pecking can bring coerce in a home. But now there's a things of I don't know. It's there is a normal thing. Friendship do not involve sexuality. You understand? But one does not. You see, so now I explain it in my yes. I've explained it in what that one does kiss. Yes, but in my culture, friendship does not involve sexuality and does not involve kissing. You understand? Flirt or otherwise engage in even mid-sexual behavior. Friendship does not involve those things. Friendship is friendship. Friendship is how are you and you are fine. How is the family and they are okay. That is also what I call friendship. There should be no one outing. I know that this place will make you laugh. No one outing with people that risk infidelity. This means no drinks with singles. That is what I mean by no one. Understand? Or even married. What I mean is this. Mr. John is a friend to Mrs. Brenda. And one day, Mr. John will now say, I'm having I want to go and take cafe with Mrs. Brenda. Because you, for your mind, you will think that because she's married, they will not have anything in common. I'll say, in short, the most easiest people that cheat now is married men and married women. They will be deceiving people with I'm married though. It's just my husband's friend or this, that. But it's a lie. They can cheat. So please, do not allow your partner to indulge on those no one outing. It's not good. Single co-workers. Your partner will now be going out with single co-workers. For instance, this may seem harsh, but this can help reestablish it. Emotional intimacy belongs in the marriage. This does not mean you cannot have a best friend to confide in, but at some point it can cross the line to what is not appropriate. You understand? Even when you have a best friend, let's set a boundary there to avoid some inappropriate behavior. Next, I think number 8, right? We are on it. Ask your partner to make their whereabouts known to you. Yes, it's very, very important. When you've seen that your partner is cheating, make it compulsory that anytime you call or your partner call, Where are you? And let where your partner is be where he or she is. In order to reestablish trust, your partner will need to understand that they have lost your trust. For this reason, you will need to know where your partner is at all times. This may seem unfair to your partner, but it is necessary if they are committed to regaining your trust. So a partner that cheats must obey. The one that cheated and want to repent must obey. But some people cheat and they are not even ready to repent. So I wouldn't say. But for those ones that cheat and they really want to repent, they have repent, they want you to trust them back. If you tell them that this at all time you must know their location, their whereabouts, they will obey, as simple as it sounds. Take caution not to cross into being demanding or controlling when doing this. It's very, very important. When doing these things, take caution. Don't be so demanding or so controlling. It is fine to check with your partner about where they are, but it's not healthy to flood them with text or call. Nor is it okay to threaten them or the relationship if they don't reply immediately. It is understandable to be suspicious, but your behavior also needs to be in an appropriate manner. Very, very important. Not because your partner cheated on you, then you will be so controlling, so demandful. No. You also have to balance your behavior. I always talk about this balance. You have to have a healthy body. They say balance diet. So to have a healthy relationship or marriage, you have to balance everything there. Or should I say diet? If you diet, they may slim down, but try to balance it. So another thing is, talk about your partner cheating, but set limits. You see, this very one is somehow crucial and confidential. You as the betrayed party, you that they cheated on, get to decide your limit and what you want to know when. One idea: schedule 2 30-minute sessions each week to talk to your partner about the affair rather than spreading the question throughout the week. Because your husband cheats does not mean you ask him the question Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No. Always schedule time to ask your partner this question. Let it be once in a while you throw the question. Don't ask your partner to review things that will be too hurtful for you to hear. You decide when and if you want certain information. You reserve the right to not know things as well. When this happens, there are things you will ask about. Things you know that your mind can handle. Don't go and ask questions that you know your mind will not handle it. Because when it happens, don't say Doreen said you should ask. I won't be there to rescue you. Always ask what you know that your mind can control. Because as I am, I cannot ask questions that I know that if I got the answer, my mind will not be able to control it. Then, another one. I think this should be number 10. Forgive on your own terms. Your partner may be extremely apologetic and desperate for you to say that you forgive them right then and there. But true forgiveness and healing will likely take time. Yes. And there is no timetable on that. The person who cheated must understand that they do not have the right to dictate when the healing happens. It's okay if you need more time to heal before you forgive your partner. To help your partner understand, let them know that you are still too hurt. You are still hurt to forgive just yet, and that you need more time. But if you know that When you say this, even you cannot bear it, then utter the word forgive. Even though inside you, you are a little bit hot, but to make the person mind at rest, see, you can still say you are forgiven. Say something like, I appreciate your apology if you know that your time, as in you've not gotten time to forgive, that you are still hot inside. Say something like, I appreciate your apology and I want you to keep apologizing, but I am just not ready to forgive you yet. If you know you can handle it. But if you can't, please forgive. It's okay to not forgive, but why I said it's okay is cheating is a deep wound. And sometimes it's fatal to a relationship. This does not necessarily mean you are not a good or nice person or otherwise not loving enough. It is okay to say you have forgiven also. So you see, when you say you've not forgiven, not that it's bad, but it will be better if you forgive. You forgive the person and forgive yourself, and you will live freely. Then you will free yourself from the bondage too. Because the moment you've not forgiven someone, you are in a bondage. Don't you know that if you don't forgive someone, you are in a bondage? If you don't know it, if you don't forgive someone, you are in a bondage. Then if you try all this and you still think you've not healed, you still can't handle the marriage, then I advise you to seek counselor. But the truth is, if you follow this process, I see no reason why you need counselor. If you are getting confused during the process, you can write me. Yes, you can write me on the email I will drop down below. Because there is nothing counselor will tell you that I've not said. That is one thing you must know. Lest I forget, in handling this, avoid blaming anyone. And as I said it before, that when these things is happening, do not let the kids to know about it. If it's marriage that involves children, do not allow the kids to know about it. You understand? I've also talked about get practical. Take it one day at a time. I've talked about all those ones before. So now that we've discussed all the little we have on how to handle how to handle a cheating partner. Sorry. When you how to handle a teaching partner, when you see that yes, your partner have changed, then another thing you will learn is encourage your partner to be more open to you. Sharing more of your emotion with your partner and encouraging your partner to do the same with you will help strengthen your bond. Makes it a habit to confide in each other every day. Some opening question for confiding in your partners, including remember when we used to go to take a walk. Remember, always like to remind them those good times, those times people have made promises together, promises to each other. These are how you can be able to live with a cheating partner without thinking too much or without even thinking of going away. If you follow this, you will be able to manage the situation, handle the situation, and get back in track. Be considerate of each other's need. You understand? In order to move forward in your marriage again, you will both need to learn how to understand each other's need. The best way to uncover what your partner needs and let them know what you need too is to talk about it. If you are not sure what your partner wants or need, the best way to find out is to ask questions and listen. When you ask questions, always listen attentively. If you still are not sure Ask more questions. For example, you could say something like, I think that you need this, like something like this from me, or is that not what you need, or is that not what you say, you tell me. Probably the answer you are looking for may pop up from there. So these are how you can be able to get your partner back in track and keep on moving your marriage without running away. If you run away because of cheating, I always say this to women mostly, because I see no reason why women cheat. If you run away because your husband cheats, do you know who you will meet in future? It is better when you amend your home, you balance your man, than to run to another. Appreciate him. See, after all these things, the man will be eager to please you by doing all kind of things, all kind of good things. And when all these things are happening, learn how to appreciate him, praise him. The more you're appreciating him, yes, I know that he'll be feeling guilty. Wow, what on earth makes him to do that? But then the bond will get back together. You understand? Make sure that you and your partner are aware of the importance of compliments in your relationship or in marriage. Complimenting each other can go a long way. Good compliments should not be only be sincere and specific. They should also be phrases as a statement rather than as you state. You understand? Let it be more often, and let it be in a short sentence. Let it not be, you understand? If your partner help you out in any domestic work, the best thing you can do is to acknowledge the fact that what he did is wonderful. So please, when these things happen, the best thing for you to do is to apply all these things, and I believe it will work for you. And I wish you success as you apply it, because I know that when you do with God, it will really work and you will see the magic. But from all, before you start, you just need to commit it to God's hand and say, God, come and take absolute control of my process of rebuilding my home, because there is nothing like the home you have already. The one you call your home is more better than the one you are going as a stranger. That is one thing you must know. So I want to say thank you very much for being a good follower, a good subscriber. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there, for your encouragement. I want to say continue encouraging me, and God will give me the strength to be coming more. Always visit my talk show, because I always throw it probably twice in a week. Because of time, if not, that we could have been making it 3. But if you want us to be coming out 3 times, you can still say yes, let's go for 3 times. Then we will find a way to create the time and balance it. So I want to say thank you very much, and God bless you as you keep on watching and as you share with your friends. So thank you very much, and see you in next talk show of Dorindi TV. Greetings from Daniel's family. Bye for today.